Yes. So let us start the practical application of maxima and minima. I'll assume that all of you remember the first order derivative test of maximum minima, second order derivative test. Second order derivative test we have to do first, then we can go for practical application. So let us do something on second order derivative. Theory I explain once more. That is because first order derivative test we have done, absolute maximum minima we have done, then second order derivative test. And the theory I think I have explained already. Second order derivative test for maxima and minima. This I can explain by drawing a graph first. I mean, graph of a function if I draw, then where the function has say maximum and minimum value both. Taking this diagram only for your better understanding. This point you will always say there is a maximum, there also a maximum. Now just before reaching the point, if you draw a tangent here at this point, this tangent makes acute angle. And tangent at this point makes obtuse angle. All of you can see that. So this is done in first order derivative test. If we consider derivative before the maximum value, that has positive value. After the thing there is minimum value because dy by dx is negative here. At the same time, if we consider the rate of change of dy by dx, let's see what happens. Rate of change of dy by dx at the point of maximum. This is local maximum, and this is another point of local maximum, and this is the point of minimum. Rate of change of dy by dx, that is nothing but d dx of dy by dx, that is going to be a negative quantity minus a positive quantity, equal to a negative quantity. Okay. So for maximum value at a point d square y by dx square, I mean rate of change of first order derivative has to be less than 0. Okay, this we should remember. But the first order derivative condition remains the same for maxima or minima. The way you used to find critical point, that remains the same. For maxima or minima at a point, we put dy by dx equal to 0. Now, the sign of dy by dx, I mean rate of change of dy by dx going to be a negative quantity at the point of maximum. Similarly, at the point of minima, if you go through, or you can draw an arbitrary curve here on it. If we consider the change of sign at a point where there is minimum, you will find the value of dy by dx changes from positive to negative. I am taking this point, see. Just before this point, this is the point of minima. If we draw a tangent just before reaching the point, the tangent will be making obtuse angle, and after that the tangent will be making acute angle. The change, this negative minus this positive at this positive minus this negative at the point of minima going to be a positive quantity minus a negative quantity. What will be around here? That positive quantity minus a negative quantity, it will remain positive quantity. So at the point of local minima, d square by dx square should be greater than 0. Okay. If there is a minimum value at a point, then second order derivative at that point for local maxima minima will have positive value. For local minima, this will have positive value. For local maxima, d square by dx square will have negative value. Local maxima, it has negative value. Local minima, it has positive value. Let us investigate the sum with this problem. Just find the local maxima or minima for the function fx equal to, suppose I am taking by second order derivative test only, we are going to do x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 15. Let us see what happened for this function. By first order we did, let us do it by second order now. So process will be the same, that we will put for maximum or minimum value, put dy by dx 0, this implies 3x square minus 12x x minus 1 so x equal to 1 and 3. Now what is f double dash x? This is going to be 6x minus 12. Less than 0. So less than 0 means at x equal to 1, these are two critical points. So at x equal to 1, the function has local minima by second order derivative test. Therefore, the function has local maximum at x equal to 1, and if max is given by, put x equal to 1 there, 25 minus 6, that is 19. Again, f double dash 3 going to be what? 6 into 3 minus 12, 6 greater than 0. So at this point, at x equal to 3, the function has local minima. Therefore, the function has local minima at x equal to 3. Okay? And the local minimum value is given by f mean. If we are going to find f mean, going to be 27 minus 45 plus 15. 54 minus 45, 9, that is 24. Okay. So it's very interesting to note that there is minimum value which is larger than maximum value. It can happen, in fact, if we just consider the graph of a function like this. All of you can see that at this point minimum value is larger than maximum value. For some problem it can happen. Okay. So second order derivative test you have understood. You apply it for solving one more sum. Just write another one by second order derivative test. Find the local maximum or minimum value of the function. This will be from miscellaneous exercise of NCERT book. Find the local maximum or minimum value of the function f(x) is equal to x minus 2 to the power 4 into x plus 1 whole cube. Let us find the local maximum or minimum value for this function. First step will be the same for local maxima or minima. We'll put this thing equal to 0. X minus 2 to the power 4. So this implies four into x plus 1 plus, alright, into this will be 7x minus 2 equal to 0. So if you go on simplify it, this is going to be 2 minus 1, 2 by 7. Let us find the second order derivative. Second order derivative, when we are going to find here, sum was better to do by first order derivative, but we have started, so we must finish it. So it is 3 into x minus 2 whole square, x plus 1 whole square, this plus 6 into seven x minus 2 plus x minus 2 whole cube into 7. So let us find f double dash 2. If you find f double dash 2, these two are coming 0, this is also coming 0, this is 0. So neither maxima or minima. But there is neither maxima or minima, that is called point of inflection. F double dash minus 1, first two part 0, second part is also 0, so answer is 0. See, this is the advantage. If double dash 2 by 7 if we do, then only the sign differs. Let's see what happens. If double dash 2 by 7 if we put, first and second factor going to be equal to 0, and this thing is going to be a negative quantity. 2 by 7 minus 2 whole cube is a negative quantity. This is positive, positive. So this thing is a negative quantity. So function has maximum value at x equal to 2 by 7, and you put x equal to 2 by 7 in the function, in the given function, then you'll be getting a maximum or minimum value over there. Okay. So by this method, always you can find a local maximum or local minimum of a function where the steps involved are this. Just find the first order derivative, put it equal to 0, get the critical point, and then find second order derivative, check the sign of the second order derivative. Okay, that's all. You can practice one more sum before you leave this topic. Show that maximum value of f(x) is equal to, this is the third sum on same topic, maximum value of this is less than the minimum value of this function. Show that maximum value of the function x by 2 plus 2 by x is less than the minimum value. Method is same. Always find the critical point first. Plus minus 2. Then you'll be getting f double dash x coming to be 4 by x cube. Okay. So f double dash 2, this thing going to be 4 by 8 f double dash minus 2, this is less than 0. So fx is maximum when x minus 2, fx is minimum when x equal to 2. F max at x equal to minus 2 if you put, and f mean if you find, this is equal to 2. Okay, all of you understand? Practice sums based on it and then